Hey guys, how are you? David here, aka The Creative One. I am here to review a case for the iPhone called Naked, sent to me by the very good guys at Casemate, so please check out their website, casemate.com. And don't forget the hyphen, case-mate.com. Just like in their videos they do. Anyway, here's the overall case that the case comes in. It's a very simple plastic case. There's not much to it. It says Naked on the side. Yes, it's a very interesting name. But that's because the case is clear, as you can see. There's the back of it. And here's the other side. Top. You guys don't really care about the box much, do you? Anyway, there's the website. Anyway, here's the real case. Let me zoom in for you guys a little bit here. It's a very basic case. As the name implies, it is naked. As you can see, it's clear all around. Even the sides. Anyway, here's a front shot. First of all, I will say that I do like the black on the front. It goes good against the screen. I just think that looks nice. Here's a little cutout for the sensors. You can see that. And yes, my phone is very dirty, but I'll talk about that in a second. Anyway, here's a side view. Nothing there, just clear. Here's the back. Very simple. You got a hole for your camera, so your pictures aren't blurred or anything, even though it's clear. You have little stubs here, I guess, or pegs, whatever you want to call them, so that way your phone can lay flat. Works pretty well. And around here we have a cutout for your side switch, your silent switch, excuse me, and your volume keys. And this is for the first generation iPhone, so keep that in mind. I do have the first iPhone, so that's why I got this case. Anyway, first off, I will say the overall design is nice. I'm hopefully going to start out my pros, which will make the case look better than it is, because I have to be honest, I'm not that fond of this case, but I have to be honest in this video. So let's do this. First of all, I will say that it is easy to hold. For owners of the first generation iPhone, you'll probably agree with me when I say that it's a very slippery phone with the metal. It kind of slips right off your fingers or your hand. But this case pretty much grips it in your hand, and it's very easy to hold. It's very sturdy, which is nice. Secondly, it doesn't look that bad. I'm not usually a fan of clear cases, but as you can see, they did a pretty good job leaving off unnecessary pegs or anything except for these and this little clip down here, but that's how you take the case off. But overall, it's a very clean looking case, nothing unnecessarily ugly or anything like that. It's very clean, very nice looking for the most part. It's not the best quality. It feels kind of cheap now and then, but I'll get more on that in a second. It is very productive. Yeah, that makes sense, David. It's very protective. Obviously the phone is in the case. This is a plastic case, so you don't have to worry about breaking it. I wouldn't go throwing your phone out windows just to test it, but I do trust this case if I do drop it. And fourthly, this phone does have a screen protector. This actually has a layer of plastic or something like that over the phone itself. You probably can't tell since it's so flush, but I'll talk about that more in a second because it's one of the cons actually. But I guess it is a pro. Sorry for hitting the camera there. It is a pro that they did include that. That way I don't get fingerprints all over my screen. But anyway, let's get to the cons. First con is a big one, and this is probably a deal breaker for most people. If I knew about this, I probably wouldn't have gotten this. Well, it was sent to me for this video, so I can't really complain about getting it. But anyway, I will say I probably wouldn't buy this case for this main reason. Dirt. Yes, dirt gets under this case pretty well. Look at all the dirt under there. There's fur under there because you know us, we have tons of dogs in this house. Well, 3, but I guess that's more than average. There's even dust under the screen. For instance, let me open up Safari since it has a white screen, and yep, there are specks. You see that? That is not part of the Twitter mobile page. That is a speck right there, and it's really bothering me, and it's under there, so I have to take the case off just to take that out. To me, that's a deal breaker, and this is a protective case. There's really no excuse for dirt to get under there. Just go to a page for fun to show you just the phone in general, because maybe more dirt will show up in other places. There's a speck right there. I don't know if you can say, oh, and look, there are more specks up there. So there's really no excuse for that. I was kind of disappointed in that because that's the point of a case, to protect your phone. But yeah. And as I said before, it's not exactly the highest quality product. If you listen, do you hear the plastic? And even when it's up to your ear when talking, you can kind of feel the plastic press against your face, and it has that cheap plasticky feel to it. Yes, I'm very critical, but that's how I am. I'm very critical when it comes to product reviews because I like quality products. After all, I am a Mac user, so I have a standard for products working the way they should. Not that it's not biased or anything, but Apple does have very high quality products. Anyway, going back to the case, it's not very high quality. It is cheap plastic. I mean, it does do the job of protecting your phone. For instance, I wouldn't normally take a marker like this and do that to the screen, but the film is over it, so it's not really hurting the protector. But as you can see, it leaves marks, but they come off if you rub them off. And thirdly and lastly, well, not lastly, actually it is lastly, I'm sorry. The screen protector does get in the way of touching sometimes. I actually have to work the screen film in. For instance, if I go to Safari, if I touch here, I don't know if it'll come up. Yeah, see? I have to press a little harder for it to register. And there it goes. So, right around here, the case isn't exactly flush. I don't know if you can see the screen moving a little bit, but it is moving. Very tiny bit. Again, I don't like that. Maybe I'm just too critical in my videos, but it's good to be critical. You have to be honest about these things. Anyway, overall, I give the case maybe a 2 out of 5. I know that seems kind of harsh, guys, but like I said, I have to be honest, and I wouldn't really recommend this case. I would recommend a soft case, like a leather case or anything like that. So, this case is $30, and it can be bought at case-mate.com. I will put the link to this product in the video description to the right of this video. And special thanks again to case-mate.com. I'm sorry I didn't like this case that much, but it just doesn't fit my needs, and yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching.